Well, hello, good evening, and welcome to our broadcast. Dan and I are still here in Florida for the time being, where the sky is blue, the sun is out, and we've had a couple of cool days where the temperatures dropped to about 70 degrees Fahrenheit. I don't do Celsius, so I don't know what that is. So here in Florida, when it gets down to that sort of temperature, everybody gets their cashmere sweater out and puts it on just to prove they can afford a cashmere sweater. But now today, things are a bit back to normal. We're at about 78 degrees Fahrenheit, so it's a short stay today. Okay, so we have just returned, as I'm sure most of you know on this conference video broadcasting thing, that we've just returned from the GoPro Recruiting Mastery event in Las Vegas, which was awesome. It's the only word I can describe it. And we're very, 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 very grateful to the team members that decided to make the commitment and come to Vegas. We all had a phenomenal, awesomely brilliant time. And I do know that the guys and girls that did come got a huge amount of benefit from it. I'm sure you've already seen some testimonials on Facebook.
Can I just say that
yeah.
Also, thank you to all of you guys that were watching live streaming. It meant a lot to me. I was getting messages just before I was having to go up there and stand in front of 8,000 people, which is scary.
What she didn't know, there was 8,000 people, to start off with, we thought there was about 7,500 people in the auditorium. But when the final figures came in, it was actually just a tad over 8,000 because there was standing room only at the back. But what's not been mentioned was the people that was streaming the show from around the world. And we haven't got the final figures, haven't seen the final figures yet, but I'm told it's getting on for another 8,000.
It was a great event.
And it was stunning. And we're very proud that we were invited to speak there. And we're proud to have been able to represent you and the UK and our company and the business and all that jazz. And we learned quite a bit of stuff.
And you're going to get people who sort of say these events don't make a difference. These events don't make you rich. But
just ask anybody that went.
Just trust me. They might not make you rich, but they're a great down payment. Absolutely.
Now, what I'd like to discuss with you, what do you want to say? No, we'll do that later. Okay. What I would like to discuss with you to start off with is prior to the GoPro Recruiting Master event, we had been invited to attend what was called the Six Figure Summit. And to get into this six-figure summit, you had to be earning more than six figures. And Dan and I and David, we had to prove our income by sending our commission statements into networkmarketingpro.com. So in the room, there were about 300 people, all earning more than six figures. Of the 300, round about 70 were earning more than $1 million US a year. And we're proud to have been part of that group.
If the rate's 1.7 and you put the VAT on.
Yeah, and add in the birthday and stuff like that. Yeah. And out of the 70, there was about 30 that were making more than 5 million. And out of the 30, there were about 10, 15 making more than 10 million. So these were really high income achievers in the room. And it was fascinating to hear some ideas. And we actually got some great information.
We learned a lot, didn't we?
Yeah, and we're going to trial some ideas. One, we've already trialed very, very quickly, which I want to talk to you about. It's called Raving Fans. And one of the things that we all know is that when we approach customers, sometimes it can be a little bit awkward depending on who you're talking to and all the rest of it when you're sitting down with somebody. So we pinched an idea, and basically is to get a video testimonial off your smartphone, okay, of an existing customer, somebody who's been with us for at least 2-3 months, more, whatever, and just throw it up on Facebook. And we've actually created a group for these testimonials. It's on this, I'll get my finger right, on this link here, okay? And it's in a group called Customer Testimonials. And what I'd like to do is I'd just like to quickly, if I may, show you one of these. The sound, no, I'm not going to lose anybody. The sound quality isn't going to be as mega as I would like it to be, but if I can find the damn thing.
This is great to carry around with you on your phone as
well. Yeah, it's just, put it in your tablet or your phone or whatever. It could be really, really cool. Let's just go for, I'm going to have to, where's my thingy? There it is. I should get it on from there. So if I go to here and share this and then go to here, here we go, and then go to here. Hopefully now, guys, you can see this thing that says testimonials. And this is what the Facebook page would like to. You need to be a friend of Leach Ross, and then we'll pop you into this group. And here's a testimonial. As I said, when you actually see it properly on your tablet or on your computer, the sound quality will be a lot better than it is here. But this is cute. Just watch this. It's only a minute.
Hello, my name's Wally. I've been with the Utility Warehouse since March of this year. I think they're a great company. They're saving me £64 a month. That's over £700 a year. I like the bill very much, particularly last month's bill. Last month's bill, I got a credit of £19.76, which is cash back. I think they're a great company. I usually complain about all these companies, but I'm going to be complaining about this stuff. I can recommend them thoroughly. I think they're a great company. Bye-bye.
Now, I don't know whether you could hear all that or not. But,
that was awesome.
But wasn't that cute at least?
Lovely.
And he's such a nice man. He's a customer of Francis Entwistle's.
He's got to be in his 70s, hasn't he? Amazing.
And we haven't got very many testimonials on there yet. We've only got about 3. Okay, and obviously we're going to be throwing up more and more as it comes along. But can you imagine if we all work together and we throw up testimonials onto this group, and let's say we get 2, 3, 4, 500 of them on there, raving fans. And when you're sitting with a customer and say, well, look, rather than go through a presentation, let me just show you what some of our existing customers are going. Click, play. Isn't it great? I mean, wow. I mean, I think that's just a such a cool idea.
I think it'd be great to start with that. I think it would put everybody at ease. I think it would put the potential customer at ease, especially a new distributor.
And let's show you which bundle would suit you best, and boom, away we go. Yeah. And I think that's just awesome. It's an idea that we nicked off one of the 6-figure income earners.
Seven-figure income earner. It was.
Yeah, it was Susan Sly. Was 7-figure income earners. Yeah. So that's nickable. The other thing that we're nicking, because we're crazy.
We've got police officers listening to this tonight.
Yeah, this is just intellectual ideas, okay. And people. We obviously at events like this, you meet people and you make friends, and we've been very fortunate. We've met some awesome individuals who have agreed to be guests of ours on these broadcasts. Now, it's not going to happen every single time, but we have got a lineup that we're working on with their calendar and our calendar, and see what we can do. And I'll give you a notice of who it is. But one of the people that's already agreed to come on to this is actually the gentleman who is responsible for getting me involved in this industry a long time ago. And he's an incredible guy. So anyway, we'll come to that a little later on. One of the other things that I also want to talk to you about is momentum. And I just need to refer to my notes here because it's important I get this right. Momentum is a tricky thing. Getting your distributorship into momentum requires some thought and some application and all the rest of it. And before I get into the detail of this, it's appropriate that Diane and I would also like to say another thank you. And that is to our group leaders and senior group leaders that have been driving this business over the last few months. Those distributors, those senior group leaders and group leaders that have bought into the culture of the blitzes, the invitation blitzes, the text blitzes, the telephone blitzes, getting the appointments and been driving that into that group, their businesses are doing astonishingly well. Very well, and we're really proud and excited for them, and that's part of the momentum story. If you've ever experienced momentum in a distributorship, it is an awesome feeling because everything just goes right. You know, there's customers coming in, there's distributors coming in, people are getting started, it just happens and happens and happens. But you have to have some key elements in place to make it happen. To get real momentum, you need to have a group. You've got to have a group of distributors. You can't do it with 3 people. You need to have a group, okay? So the first thing is, for those of you new in this business, only just getting going, only just started building a team, or perhaps you've not started building a team yet, you need to start building a team. Now, I know at this time of year, you know, we've got the run up to the holidays,
the promotion team.
and we've got the promotion, and I get that and I understand that, okay? But there's no problem in getting prepared, okay? So you will need to have an all-out massive action recruitment blitz.
And January is a really, really good time to start this.
And the really good time to start making appointments for this is in between Christmas and New Year. You know, that mid-week where about the middle of the week, it's all flat and dead and people are, you know, perhaps haven't returned to work, but they're sort of a bit fed up and wondering what to do. Then is a great time to hit them, okay, with, you know, getting an appointment. And we're not going to go into that today because those of you that have done the text blitz, the telephone blitzes, you know, the invitation stuff, you all know how that works. If you don't know how that works, please get hold of your upline group leader, senior group leader, and have a serious conversation, because this stuff works. And this stuff came from our good friends in the United States. We've already had, how many people have gone to the breakthrough events with Eric Worre now? Be 70.
60, but we've got another 20
10.
tomorrow.
So it'll be 80. Yeah.
Yeah.
There'll be a total of 80 people have gone through the breakthrough experience, okay?
That.
And they're using this, and it's made a dramatic difference to their businesses.
So keep gathering, obviously, keep gathering. You're gathering your customers like breathing.
Yeah, it's automatic.
Clive and I always gathered customers. I think we've never, ever been below 230 personal customers. But recruitment, especially January, that needs to be at the priority, top of your list. So,
momentum. The whole key to momentum is having a group of people and getting them all to do the same thing, very simply, on a more than regular basis, preferably daily. That's how you create momentum. But to do that, you have to be passionate. You have to be passionate about your business. Let me explain. I, for one, really can't get passionate about electricity.
Or gas.
I mean, I could stick my finger in a plug socket and that might be exciting for a minute or two. Or I could put my head in the oven. Well, actually, this electric oven we've got, isn't it? Yeah, that wouldn't work. But you know what I mean? I don't really get excited about gas and electricity. What we do get excited about is people. We love helping people and are passionate about helping people make money. We really get a kick out of seeing a customer who's subscribed to the services, knowing they're going to get good value, great service, and save some money. And once you've got a group of people who are all out there making money, it's the best feeling in the world. But you've got to get there.
And I think the other important thing is your customers, your potential distributors that you're sitting in front of can pick up that passion.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter if you don't quite get it right. They pick up the passion. And I know when I had to stand in front of all those people, which was pretty scary, the thing that I could feel was the passion. It reminded me of all the passion that I feel for you guys, for the company, for Clive,
Oh,
for you.
okay.
It was just there, and I think it all just spilled out. So please be passionate. Please be passionate.
Now, when you said passion for me, I was just getting a little bit worried then about, we are on camera.
Yeah.
Okay. The other thing that you need to have is energy. Okay.
Oh.
You've got to, you know, when you are presenting, you know, you have to be passionate and you have to be energized. You know, when you're on the phone making an invitation, when you're talking to somebody, you know, you send a text and you got a response and you're going to meet them face to face. You need to be not hyper, you know, but you need to be energetic and you need to be passionate.
Can I just say again, going back to the GoPro Vegas seminar, I have never seen anyone in my entire life fill the room with energy as I did. Can you see this guy?
This guy's called Les Brown.
If you guys haven't seen him, you can always go on YouTube and
Well, go to lesbrown.com.
Just watch.
You know,
even if you watch 2 minutes of him, he just energized for an hour and a half that room.
Phenomenal speaker. In fact, I have to say that he was better than Diana and I.
Really?
Just.
No,
but he was awesome.
He was awesome. Funny, serious,
passionate, great message, on topic, on purpose.
Included the audience all the time. That was what I picked up.
And that's what you need to do when you're presenting, is to include your prospect in the conversation.
Don't just sit there.
Don't just talk at them. Okay, include them. Okay, and hopefully those little customer testimonials we're going to throw up, and you're going to help with that. Yeah, that'll all be part of the mix.
Yeah, show them that, you know, the old gentleman that we.
The other thing that you need to have is urgency. It's no good saying, I really want to really do this business, you know, but I'll do it next week. That's just not going to work. Urgency is the absolute key to this. You have to have passion, you have to be energetic, and you have to have urgency. So when you're talking to people, they know that you're getting a move on, you're getting a wriggle on, you're doing the do, you're on purpose, you're on point, you're passionate, you're energetic. Follow me? It's important.
Plan out next year. Get one of those big, what are those calendars with 365 days? That
like a Sasko wall chart.
Yeah, they're amazing. Fill it up. Plan out what you're going to do for January, but plan it now.
Or whatever works for you. I mean, personally,
I love them.
Personally, I do not like digital diaries, or because I find it difficult to find stuff. I much prefer using paper. I much prefer having a paper diary than a digital diary, although I do use both, because sometimes it's difficult to take a desk diary with you. But, you know, when I'm out and about, I use my phone. But when I'm at home,
have it on the wall. Have
desk
it on the
and
wall
on the wall
in front of you.
Yeah.
You know, put in all the holidays. Put in, you know, January, what you're going to do. Bounce from January into Express Day in March. Gather that momentum that Clive's talking about. And then you can bounce March off into June. You know, you guys are doing seminars in June. Bounce it off that. And then we've got something very exciting, which we're going to talk about in November. Make sure that you could start off with nobody in January. And by March, you could have 10, 15, 20 distributors. By June, you could have 50. And by what we're going to tell you in a minute, you could have 100.
The other element, the other element you need for momentum is focus. You need to be laser focused on your business. It's no good having the attitude of, you know, it's just a little part-time thingy to make a little bit of extra money. If you want to take this business seriously and you want to make this business really big for you, you need to have laser focus on your activity. You need to pay attention to your business. So, for example, if you get a group mail from me, read it. If you receive hot news from the company, read it. You need to be on purpose and focused on your business. You need to know what's going on all the time in your domain, in your surroundings, in your environment. Capture everything. Finally, the big key to getting into momentum is you. And I mean by that, how much time are you spending on personal development? Isn't it better to read 10 pages a day of a good book or listen to 30 minutes of a great audio than watching some drivel, isn't it? If you read 10 pages of a good book every day, by the time you've gone through a year, that's 3,650 pages of a book, of books, because you will have read 27 books on average. Does that not make sense?
Every single one of the speakers at GoPro who've made it big, and I mean, these guys have made it big. Every single one of them either read the books
Or are listening.
or are listening.
And Dan and I are really different. She's a
I'm
listener.
a listener. I don't read.
I'm a reader. Okay. Yeah. I enjoy reading stuff. Diana prefers to listen to stuff
over and over and over again.
And when we're in the car, you know, we'll have stuff playing, you know, on the audio player that we have in the car.
I find it quite funny. I was listening to a training that one of the guys was doing, and for example, if you have the GoPro book, people say, "Oh yeah, I've read it," but make it a reference. You know, turn back some of the pages, highlight some of the sentences.
Yeah, rough it up, highlight it, write in it.
You know, keep going back to it. Not just that book, but other, you know, whatever.
Well, yeah, don't just read it. Study it.
Study it.
Whatever book you're reading, you know, whether it's GoPro or
if you like it, if you enjoy
Slight
it,
Edge, or that really good thing by Peas. You guys know what I'm talking about, okay? Just rough it up, write in it. It's your book, you know. Do what you like with it, but really get from it rather than just. Yeah.
The problem that you have is if you're not into personal development, and I know there are some teams in our business that aren't, it's quite sad because they don't pass it on to their downline, to people in their team, and they miss out.
And it shows in their figures.
And it shows in their figures. So what I'm saying to you is just try a little bit, just a tiny bit each day, and then pass that on to the people in your team, because it makes a huge difference.
Yeah. And we're going to be developing this theme. We're going to be coming up with talking about books that we've read and reading lists, and we'll do that another day. I want to come towards, we've only got, how many minutes we got left now? We've got 9 minutes left to go. So I really want to start getting into events. Okay. First of all, I need to say something to you. And if you're going to take notes during this broadcast, here's something to put in your notes. Meetings make money. Full stop. End of story. Meetings make money. Have you any idea, if you build a group of distributors, you know, you create a team of people that starts to duplicate and all the rest of it, have you any idea how much a distributor is worth to you financially? Have you any idea? I'll tell you, this is going to shock you. If you build a group, you're going to have an average worth of a distributor. Some are going to do diddly squat, some are going to do modest amounts, some are going to do really good amounts, and some are going to be huge. But the average value of a distributor for you is over £2,000 a year, a month. Have I got that right?
No, I don't know, Clive, where you've got that from, sweetie.
But if you think about our income, divide it by the number of distributors we've got, it's £2,000 a year.
Just
okay?
excuses while we have a debate.
Okay.
Yes, I think Eric said that.
Yeah, it's £2,000 a year. I've got that right. Definitely right. It's worth £2,000 a year.
A week would do. Could you all work a bit harder?
Yeah. Okay, let's be realistic. So meetings make money.
Whether they're company meetings, company trainings,
one-on-one meetings, prospecting.
Meetings.
You know, it's all meetings make money.
It's how we've built our business.
Please don't get seduced by technology. Okay. This is a great medium for Di and I because we can speak to a lot of people relatively easily, okay? And we can broadcast information. Would I use it to prospect somebody? No. Please don't get seduced by technology. Face-to-face meetings change relationships.
And events, the more people that you get in your team to events, I can tell you now in our business, who by next year will have one of the biggest businesses in our distributorship, because the number of team members they get to their events, and they know who they are.
They do.
They do.
They understand the culture of events.
And I was listening to a very good training. Eric trained for hours and hours and hours. And he was saying, give yourselves a number out of 10 for recruitment, for customer gathering, for various other things. And then he said,
personal development was one of them.
Personal development. And the last one was promoting events. And he said, you can be a 6 or 7 out of 10 for all the above. But if you can become a 10 out of 10 for promoting events, you will be wealthy. And he's absolutely right.
And there's some figures that support this. There are some serious studies that have been done on this, that if you get people into an event, the more people you have, at the end of the day, the more money you will make. Now, all roads lead to our national conference, which of course is Express Day, okay? But prior to that, we've got the January kickoff events. So what you really need to do is, you know, the ones that haven't been sold out yet, you really need to start looking at that and getting people into them. Even if it's a couple of hours drive, even if it's a 3-hour drive or a 4-hour drive, if there's space at the event, you need to get people into those events. Dan and I are going to be speaking at the LEAP seminar and in the Southwest.
We're going to be doing
Exeter.
that because it's their very first one, and they often feel very left out down there. So we said we
and we love them.
that. And Robin's coming with us, and Sue McKenzie. She's going to be doing some stuff that she saw at the.
And we've got a great lineup
Yeah,
of speakers for the event. It's absolutely superb.
And
we've got some phenomenal material. Okay, I know Stefan's doing the Impact Seminar in January. He's already got his stuff lined up. He's got great content. Robin's doing the Fab Seminar. That's going to blow people away. Derek Thomas is doing, I can't remember what he's in Cardiff.
Yeah,
I can't remember what he's calling it, but
in News Plus,
it's, you know,
and on the extra now.
They're the babies that you really need to focus on, because they're the guys with excellent content. All of them are going to be good, but these guys are the ones with phenomenal content. You got to do this one, okay?
And then you bounce it off, and you get those people with their people to Express Day, and you get their people with those people to the June events, and then you get those people, their people, the June event people, and new people to this event. Now then, you told me how to hide.
Yeah, let me hold that for you so you can read it. Okay, so that says Recruiting Mastery Event UK, and it's in Event City in Manchester. Now, I've sent a group mail out about this, and those of you that have read it, you'll know that we've had a bit of a sticky, rocky road with the tickets. What happened was, at the event, they made, for people there, a massive discount to buy.
They made a discount of buying in packs of 20, so it worked out at about £159 instead of a price of £397, because this is a 3-day full event. Eric will be bringing some of his guests that we've already seen at GoPro over with him, and he is coming over to this country.
We can't announce them yet.
No,
but
you need to be there. I promise you.
Stuff has to be signed and all that jazz. But like, I tell you, that the prospective lineup is.
I'll tell you,
you will have never seen anything like it. You'll have never experienced anything like it.
I'll tell you the sort of speakers that want to speak at Eric's event next year. It is GoPro in Vegas. Anthony Robbins is speaking. That's how good it is. And for him to come over, we are so excited. The downside is there's only 3,000 places. We've already sold 600 tickets into our team through the event price. Eric, I think, sold over 1,000 to the Swedes, the Belgians, the German, the Lebanese. There was just so many people.
Scandinavians, all sorts of people from all over the world. But because don't forget, you know, networking just isn't in Britain and the States.
No.
You know, it's big in Scandinavia, it's big in Germany, it's even big in the Lebanon, it's massive in the Ukraine, and would you believe it's big in Russia?
Yeah, huge.
So you're going to get all these people, all these foreigners.
I commend highly those of you who, you know, just before Christmas as well, have seen the value and have purchased your ticket already. We're really proud of you.
We've made a link available, which you've all had by group mail, and it's also on Facebook. This link is special. It will die
tomorrow, Monday.
At some point tomorrow.
Yeah.
We don't know exactly when.
They've done that as a favour because we were trying to collect the money by PayPal.
And that
PayPal
was a
wouldn't release it.
nightmare. And I won't want to go into that, but you know, we had to add a bit of money to the ticket price to cover PayPal's administration costs.
I
And
need fibre.
we added a fiver to it, but it was actually the administration costs were £5.81. So, but what the hell? So anyway, besides all that malarkey, those good people at GoPro came up with a solution, and people have acted upon it, and it's worked extremely well. So thank goodness for that. So events make money. Get passionate about your business. Get focused. Have the energy. Have the urgency. And
Got any questions?
if you've got any questions, we'll just spend 2 minutes. If not, we're only going to give you 2 minutes and we're off.
Lunch?
I'm hungry.
I'm hungry.
I'm hungry. Okay, guys, so we're going to go. And if you have been, thank you very much indeed for watching.
Bye.
Bye-bye, everybody. Bye-bye.